It's so hard to get into these schools.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that.
Yeah, I don't know, did I just mess up my makeup?
No.
Okay. Hey guys, welcome to Golden Crumbs TV. My name is Nadia.
My name's Caroline.
Yes, and she is my very first guest on my very first video. Today we're going to be talking about NYU
versus... I don't know, I didn't know when you wanted me to start talking or if I even wanted me to...
USC Film School Undergrad Edition, because we didn't go to grad school. Basically it's supposed to just help you, you know, if you're considering both these schools, what might be a better fit for you, or maybe you're just entertained by this, maybe you haven't, like, you don't care about film school at all. You just want to watch this.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Yeah. So I think first off we should talk about the similarities, because there are a lot of similarities. I think both are very large schools, both are private, both are extremely expensive. Oh, it's selective and large. Okay, now on to the differences.
Let's talk differences.
Yes. So one of the things that people always mention that's like a stereotype, and we're going to talk about if it's true or not. NYU is typically considered very like indie filmmaking and experimental and very artsy, and then USC is considered very commercial, very Hollywood, very industry. Right. Do you think that stereotype is true?
Well, I can tell you from my experience as a USC student, the industry and commercial studio filmmaking is a big part of the curriculum. And we're in Los Angeles, so everybody's getting internships at Disney, at Fox, at, you know, at these big production companies. So the studio influence is very heavy-handed, I would say, for better or for worse.
I think actually that NYU is very indie.
Yeah.
And it is a great place if you do want to go into like independent filmmaking, documentaries, experimental. We have a really great program for that.
Oh, that's awesome.
And it's a lot about telling a story that's true to you and very close and personal. They really put emphasis on that.
That's very cool.
Yeah, it is. I also feel like you can do whatever you want at either school.
Totally.
There's always a place.
You are really navigating your experience at either of these schools. That's something that I also really want to like emphasize, because there are all sorts of different people, and that's the great thing about going to schools that are big, is that there's people from all different backgrounds, all different interests, and everybody finds their way. Yeah. So we're just two people who had, you know,
these are our experiences. Yeah.
Surprise.
Yeah. Surprise. College experience.
Woohoo! My favorite thing to talk about.
Okay.
I loved college, so I had a great experience with it. I think USC has a really unique college experience, especially if you're in one of the art schools, because you have the classic American college, you know, campus. You have sororities, you have fraternities, you have all these different clubs, you have a million different majors and students studying, and that just was an amazing, you know, place to be, because I was, you know, just, you know, surrounded by the normal college experience with football and sports and clubs and classes and everything, but then I was also learning film, and I loved it.
NYU doesn't have as much school spirit. It's much more do your own thing, follow your own passion. We do not have a football team, which was very different for me, because in high school I was in marching band and I went to all the football games, and NYU is very different from that. Normally people don't wear any NYU gear. Like the fact that I'm wearing this NYU Tish sweatshirt, a lot of people are like, oh, I've never seen that before. Because it's like people don't, a lot of people don't wear it, and the most school spirit that you will see was at our graduation.
Oh, wow.
Everyone's like, yeah, Tish! And that's like the only time you will ever hear like a group of people cheer for their, because no one cares. I've never went to a single sports, like we have basketball and stuff, but I never went to any of them.
Yeah.
NYU is a good school for you if you're not really into the whole school spirit, you want to be more independent. We do not have a campus, so it's a really big step from going to high school and then all of a sudden sort of becoming an adult. The whole saying is in and of the city is NYU, and I think that's why people don't wear school stuff, because it kind of just makes you like stand out, like, oh,
there's a student
there, like campus, and you just kind of blend in and you become a part of the city, and it's not so much like proud to go to NYU, it's more of like proud to live in New York and be a New Yorker.
I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to wrestle someone to the ground defending LA.
I love LA though. Oh, but it's so different.
You don't want to fight me on this?
I don't know.
Okay, well let's talk differences.
Because I moved here, so obviously I like LA.
Yeah.
Otherwise I wouldn't be here.
Sure. Well, weather in LA, I feel like weather affects your mood. It's
that's true.
So nice. Like at USC, you can pretty much sit outside all year round, and like you walk to class and it's never cold.
I get it.
But it's unwalkable.
Well, New York's walkable. I love walking.
Yeah.
Although it depends on what kind of person you are in New York. You can take the train everywhere. You can take an Uber or a cab.
I'd be a cab person. I'm just kidding. You have an entire city right there at your fingertips. Yeah. That is so cool.
There's so much culture. You just outside of your door, there could be some sort of street performer performing.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of really, really good street performers. And like Trader Joe's was right below my building for a while, depending on like
That's so cool.
And
like the only thing you have outside of your dorm at USC is like some basic like blonde girl like doing Pilates.
Like New York has convenience. New York has convenience to it.
Sure.
Like just in between. Oh my gosh, there's so many restaurants, and just it's great because you don't need to rely on a car, especially.
I love that. I hate having to be so car reliant, which is very LA. And even at USC, it's like you need a car to see the city.
Yeah. And so that's like the one, I think, yes, okay, so LA wins on the weather. I'll give you that. But I think New York wins on just, if you're that type of person who likes to explore or wander or like discover something new or spontaneously go here after you're here, I think New York's a really great place for that, and just discover little sort of, hole in the wall places, like a cute bookstore that you would have never found online, that you just walk by all the time, and you're like, let me just walk in here and like see what's there.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, so like, I don't know, I really love New York. I kind of miss the spontaneity of the city. The next topic that I feel like a lot of people think about is like, can they make a thesis film? Are you making a big, like, this is your project when you leave school? Like, do you always walk out with that if you want to?
Yeah.
So at NYU, yes, it's getting better. Actually, before, it was only like half the class, if you took a thesis course, could actually make their film. And so you would waste a whole semester there, and then you would not know if you get to actually make the film or not.
Would they select them? Oh, wow.
It was chosen by your professor. So the whole first semester, you would be working on the script, and it would be just like, you're helping each other out and giving each other feedback, and then the professor would choose who gets to have the equipment, who gets to have the small allotment.
It's so subjective. That's so stupid.
It is very subjective. But then my year, it actually got a lot better, and almost everyone was able, it's so sad, almost everyone was able to make their thesis film. Basically, if you are, passionate about what you do, and you put work into that short, and the script is good, you'll be able to make your short. So that's what it's like at NYU.
Nice. Is the thesis a requirement to graduate?
No.
Okay.
A lot of people don't take it.
Okay.
Or there's a totally different course that's for TV.
So I can talk a little bit about the thesis process at USC. The senior thesis is not a personal project. So if you're really looking to do a personal project with the help and support from USC, it's not going to happen. Like, go to a place like NYU.
Yeah.
This has been honestly an ongoing debate. You have this class called 480. There's like 50 people in your class. You basically submit to direct and you submit to write. So there's a pool of scripts and a pool of directors that the faculty chooses, and then you form teams and you pitch, and then they choose like 5 projects. So your thesis is crewing on one of these 5 projects, whether you're director, producer, cinematographer, sound, production designer. Your final thesis is working on this project with other teammates. And it is really not a personal project, but again, I learned a lot. USC funds these projects. So you're given $10,000.
What?
Yep, you're given $10,000. Actually, maybe I shouldn't say that out loud. I don't know how much money.
Well, it probably would change.
You're given a lot. You're given a couple $1,000s. It actually changes. It's between like $5,000 and $10,000.
Okay.
So I produced a thesis, and it was an amazing experience because I don't have $10,000 lying around. I had never had a budget $10,000, and I learned a lot. It's awesome, but it's not like you're making your masterpiece. So that's a big distinction because the focus is learning. it's not making personal masterpieces. It's really a learning school.
The last topic, do you think you got guidance at USC? Do you think you got
good question.
What you needed in order to know what you're doing after school, or like if you want to get to this class or get here, are you taking the right steps to get there?
Sure. I would say it's there, but you have to seek it out. Nothing is just given to you. No one's over your shoulder like, Caroline, like you want to direct, here are the classes you should take. It's very self-motivated. I had some amazing professors that did become my mentors in a way, and I could go and talk to, but it wasn't like that was just there. As far as post-college, I think that is one of the weaker points that USC has. I still have no idea what I'm doing, and I don't think it's necessarily the college's job to do so. In college, I had some great mentorship from teachers, but after college, it's a little rough. Not as much there.
Yeah. I think NYU is pretty good at it.
Yeah.
They definitely try. We actually had an entire course senior year of just, the whole class was just focused on preparing you for after film school. It was literally saying what to do if you want to do this and that.
But was it helpful?
I think it was. I brought my notebook here all the way to LA from that class of like things that I wrote down from that class. I actually still, after graduating, I have 2 mentors that I've been given to by NYU through an NYU in LA mentor program. So that's really, really nice. I think NYU really does try. It's what you put into it is what you get out of it.
So, moral of the story, if you want a career and advice after college, go there.
Well, I don't know. I feel like you put it. I mean, I feel like I wish I put more into it.
Okay.
I wish I did certain things differently.
You know, I wish I did too, because I feel like it probably was there. I just didn't. But again, how much can they even help you?
So anyway, those are the differences and the similarities. I think, you know, that was really interesting to learn.
I learned so much here.
Yeah.
That was actually really interesting.
Yeah, and actually, you know, for the longest time, USC was like my dream school, as you know, and it kind of makes me realize, oh, you know what, NYU isn't so bad.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Like,
yeah.
I love NYU, and I am really proud to have gone there.
Same. Same with USC.
There's also a lot of other film schools to choose from. There's UCLA, which is amazing. AFI, Chapman, Drexel, Boston University is really great. Oh, Florida State University, UT, really?
Yep.
Yeah, so there's a lot of really great film schools, and you know, these are just the 2 we went to, so that's what we're talking about.
And they're the best. We're just gonna put that out there. But there are amazing other schools, and you do not have to go to one of these schools to become a filmmaker, to work in the film industry, but...
Yeah, and in fact, part 2 of this video is gonna be talking about, do you even really need to go to film school at all? Do you need to go to college if you want to do this? Like, I don't know. We went to film school. However, there's so many other successful people who didn't even go to film school at all. There are different paths, and so the next video we're going to be talking about, is film school worth it? So
stay tuned for that.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching my very first video on YouTube. Caroline and I actually talked for over an hour, and it was so interesting, but it was very hard to cut down to be a reasonable length for YouTube. So yes, if you have any other questions, please leave them down in the comments below, and Caroline and I will be happy to answer them for you if you are considering either of these schools or just have questions about film school in general. Please check out Caroline's Instagram. It's called Carol Photo. I'll leave the link in the description down below. It's really amazing, and I highly recommend you go check her out. And yeah, please give this video a thumbs up if you liked it, and please subscribe. I'll be making new content every week, and yeah, I'm very excited about this. It's very new for me to be putting myself in front of the camera instead of behind it, but it's one of the goals that I made for this new year, and I am just very excited to make new content. I have so many great ideas, so please come back for part 2. Is film school worth it? See you guys soon. Bye.